Hey everyone, it's Steven. Today I have the 2023 Honda Ridgeline RTL E. This is Honda's only pickup truck, so the only Honda vehicle you can find with a bed in the back. And it got a pretty large, substantial refresh in 2021 to kind of bring it in line with some of its competitors, like the Chevy Colorado, Toyota Tacoma, the new Ford Maverick, and of course the Jeep Gladiator, probably its most direct competitor in terms of pricing. So the one I have here is in the RTL E trim, which is one of the higher trims, and it has a lot of different stuff on this. I think the coolest thing you'll notice is that HPD decal, right? Honda Performance Division. In no world would I ever say that this is a sporty car, so very questionable that you can get this sort of thing on there, but you've got HPD blacked out wheels, you've got those really large plastic fenders, you've got a specific HPD grille as well. A lot of cool styling elements, and I think this is a very handsome looking SUV. Really from this front view right here, it kind of just looks like a Honda Pilot, right, or a Passport. So, you know, I think one thing that a lot of people talked about when this vehicle was introduced is the fact that it's not a body-on-frame truck. So that means that this vehicle is actually a unibody setup, which is the same thing that most SUVs use. So therefore, this car rides a lot more like an SUV, which is super cool. I think a lot of people really, really like that. I mean, I love it because I'm not the biggest fan of pickup trucks in general. So essentially what you do is you sacrifice a bit of the towing capacity, a bit of that workhorse style, and instead you get a more practical daily driver. This is a very comfortable car to drive, and I mean, I think it looks pretty darn cool. I love the HPD graphics. There is actually a separate bronze package that you can get for the HPD package instead, which uses this nice bronze looking color instead of the blacked out wheels. You get bronze alloy wheels. That would be pretty sweet, I think. Especially with this gorgeous platinum white pearl color. You might notice it's a slightly shade of off-white. It's not like that boring white that you normally see on the road, right? This is a little bit of an off-white, and it's actually a $500 option. The wheels aren't my favorite thing in the world, 18-inch black alloy wheels here, but I think they still have a pretty neat design, and I think they separate this car from the plethora of mid-sized pickup trucks out there. So that's what the Honda Ridgeline competes in. The segment is pretty crowded, tons of different vehicles, tons of different choices out there, but like I said, the Honda is really the only one out there that is not a body-on-frame pickup truck, which means that this car is just so much more comfortable and easy to drive. It drives like an SUV. It drives like the Honda Pilot, which is super cool, right? Like, that's a big compliment. It's zippy. It comes with a 3.5-liter V6 engine, makes 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. So it'll definitely get you up to speed. Definitely gets a bit slower on the high end of the torque curve, but going from 0 to like 30 feels pretty zippy. And it's just a very attractive vehicle. I'm just honestly shocked that I found this HPD package Ridgeline at National Car Rental in Houston. So pretty cool. We've got some nice exhaust tips here too. They look sporty. Let's take a look at this bed here really quick. So this is something, of course, that people care about when they're pickup trucks. Unfortunately, this one has quite a lot of bird poop on it, but one cool thing is that this one actually has a built-in trunk. So essentially you can open this and you get a decent amount of cargo storage in here. Spare tire, I believe it's something like 7 cubic feet of cargo space down here. So you can also store some stuff here. Another nice thing is that in the RTL E trim, you actually get speakers in the back. How cool is that? You also got these LED lights that you can see as well. But yeah, you get a speaker system in your bed, which is pretty cool. The actual speaker system in the car is actually an upgraded 540 watt 8-speaker sound system. That's the one they use for the RTL E trim. So if you want to go for some of these luxury items, the RTL E trim is a really good option for you. But this car does have a significant price hike over competitors like the Colorado. Starts at about $40,000 for the base sport trim, and then this RTL E trim gets up to almost $50,000 with all the packages that come with this car. So I think the RTL E MSRP is itself at about $45,000, but with the 2800 HPD package and then the $500 Platinum White Pearl and some of the other additional items you can get, there's a lot of different accessories. Of course, this is a truck, so you can customize a lot of different things for towing, off-roading, things like that. You can get a lot of different options, and that quickly gets the price up pretty high. $50,000 for this is a lot of money. That sort of competes in the full-size pickup truck segment. So, you know, it depends really what you want, right? Because this vehicle is perfect for people who need something a bit more comfortable, but still want some sort of pickup truck for that practicality. You've got really good visibility, large windows. You do have a moonroof as well. Definitely not a pano one, but looks pretty good. You've got a heated steering wheel on this trim, leather wrapped. You've got some nice leather seats. One thing to point out is these beautiful armrests that are easy to configure. And look at these nice seats with the contrast stitching. Overall, this cabin is just very impressive for a Honda. When I first got in, I was impressed with how quiet it was. I think that's one of those big things that differentiate this using not a body-on-frame truck style, essentially, is that you get the quietness of a normal SUV. Cargo lights, all the typical stuff here, pretty cool. You've got pretty much your entire suite of standard safety features, rear cross traffic alert, blind spot monitors, no 360 camera. One thing to note is that all Honda Ridgelines actually come standard with adaptive cruise control. Super, super cool. Every single one gets that, even the base sport trim. Steering wheel's easy to use, efficient, feels good. The only knock on this car is going to be this infotainment that looks like it's from, I don't know, early 2010s. This is an 8-inch screen. I really, really want them to redesign this vehicle, and honestly, they don't even need to redesign the front or the interior. They just need to redesign this infotainment. The graphics are actually decent. Like, you can see these things slide very smartphone-like. The problem is, hitting these buttons just feels impossible. Like, look at this. It just feels like it's from a different generation. The navigation looks fine, but overall, you definitely need something a little better in a almost $50,000 vehicle. You do have physical buttons for pretty much everything, heated seats for both the front seats, and then you have auto climate control. I think Tri-Zone, I believe, is actually standard across the entire lineup, which is pretty neat. Push to start. You've got Honda's typical gear select, 2 cup holders, and a wireless charging pad as well, but no wireless Apple CarPlay. You do have wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And this gauge cluster here looks cool. I like how they integrated the digital screen and the digital speedometer. You've got your analog tach and speedometer as well. But yeah, this interior is just impressive. It's impressively quiet. It's well built. It's a Honda. You know it's reliable. I think this is just a really compelling option for people who want a truck but want some of the niceties of driving an SUV, just that driving quality. Going into the rear seats here, a bit cramped since this seat is pushed back pretty far, but legroom is okay back here. I wouldn't say it's great. Again, this is a mid-size pickup truck. You do have ample headroom though, I will say. The legroom right now wouldn't be the greatest. If I zoom out a little bit, you can see a bit more. You do have some USB ports in the back here, and again, it's just that airy quality. This vehicle looks really nice from back here. You can actually flip these rear seats up, which means you can store an entire bike in the back here. You can see you have a decent amount of headroom here. This is just a large, spacious rear seat. You can do this. I'm not going to do it because I have some of my stuff right there, but you can just really flip these seats up. You also get a power sliding rear windshield right there, which is pretty cool. All these luxury touches only come on the RTLE trim though, so I don't know if I'd recommend the RTLE. It's a little bit overkill. The RTL is probably a better option for just the daily person who wants to get some of this. Nice car, nice driving dynamics. But overall, this was a really fun vehicle. This is going to be a really short review because I gotta go deliver this to the airport pretty soon, but I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at this 2023 Honda Ridgeline RTLE trim. If you guys want to check out some of my other reviews, you can click up here and then subscribe down here. And otherwise, I will see you guys in the next review. Thanks, everyone. Bye.